Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Bend the knees slightly, rearward shift. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come to a high push-up position, lower yourself down, 1 exhale. Inhale, locust pose. Exhale. Lower down, hands under your shoulders, brace yourself. Push to all fours. And hold right here. So let's double check. Make sure our hands are more or less under our shoulders. Make sure your knees are more or less under your hips. And at first we just want a nice neutral spine. Don't want to extend it or flex it, just kind of in the middle. Now from here, we'll do some spinal flexion and spinal extension. Spinal flexion, we take a deep inhale. Exhale, keep breathing. And you try to tuck your tailbone between your thighs. So you tuck your tailbone under. You're trying to lift your low back toward the ceiling. Then eventually your mid back starts to curl toward the ceiling. Then your upper back curls toward the ceiling. And at the very, very last second, you drop your chin to your chest. It's like a Halloween cat arching its back. Now we go the other way. Try to lift your tailbone. So now your spine starts to drop toward the ground. The lumbar drops toward the ground. The mid back drops toward the ground. The upper back starts to drop toward the ground. But in this case, your chin lifts up. This is spinal extension. So you're still trying to push your chest out and lift your chest towards your throat. Spinal extension. One more inhale. Now we go to spinal flexion. Tuck your tailbone. Try to stay extended as long as possible. Tailbone first. You gradually, slowly start to go into flexion. Slow and controlled. Your chin will be the last thing to go. Flex everything you got. One more inhale. Exhale. Back to neutral. Now if it's possible, tuck your toes under. We're going to rock back and forth a little bit. It's helping to work the squat pattern, but it also helps just tone up everything, pretty much everything from your toes all the way down to your nose. If you can't have your toes tucked, point your toes. Either way. So here's what we try. As we rock back, look up. Inhale. As you rock forward, look down. Exhale. And repeat that a couple times. Only go so far forward as you can tolerate. Your wrists may not be able to tolerate extension. So don't try to go too far forward. Just enough that you can drop your chin and feel some weight shift into your hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. Just a couple more. One more inhale. One more exhale. Back to neutral. And come to a seated position any way you can. If it feels like you need to shake your hands out a little bit, go ahead and shake out your hands. There's no shame in your game if you need to loosen up your hands a little bit. What can help with that kind of loosens everything up from your fingers up to your shoulders is if you kind of make like a claw shape and then just vigorously internally and externally rotate your arms. And that kind of gets everything loose, pretty much everything from your fingertips all the way up to the ball and socket joint of your shoulder. Once you feel kind of loose, that's fine. Now, if you have your yoga block, let's grab it. If you don't have a yoga block, it's okay to not use anything. It's totally fine. But if you have a pillow or a blanket, something to lift your hips up will be helpful.
Now, whichever apparatus you've chosen to sit on, try to sit a little more forward. Try not to sit on the back of the thing or dead in the center. Try to sit a little more forward, and you might feel your hips kind of roll forward a little bit, and that gives you a chance to extend your spine. Let's bring our hands to our knees. With your eyes open or closed, we'll do 5 deep yogic breaths. That's in and out through your nose, in and out through your tummy. We're trying for about 5 seconds inhale, 5 seconds exhale. With your eyes open or closed, inhale normal, exhale normal. And let's take a yogic breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then just take a couple of normal breaths. See how that felt. We're just trying to down-regulate a little bit before we get into final relaxation. Now from this same seated position, if you sat cross-legged, let's switch. Still trying to sit up tall. Still have your hips slightly rotated forward, and you're still extending your spine. Let's do a seated spinal twist. Find an inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, turn your ribs to your right, please. Keep your chest lifted. Turn your ribs to your right. When you feel stuck, place your hands maybe on your knee, maybe on the ground, and you keep working. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, turn your chest. If you have neck issues, it's generally better just to keep your neck neutral. Don't look over one shoulder, don't look over the other shoulder. Just keep it neutral. If your ribs are already turning, you're truly turning from your torso, you may want to look over your right shoulder if your neck can tolerate it. But the goal is to really start to turn from your belly button, then your lower ribs, then your upper ribs, shoulders, then your neck. Most people start with their neck first and they don't get too far. One more breath in, one more breath out. Gently turn and face forward and unwind about as slowly as you can. Unwind really slowly. Take a breath or two to feel the effects of the twist. If it's applicable, switch your sitting position here. Switch your crisscross applesauce. And we'll go to the other side. Inhale, lift the ribs. Exhale, turn the ribs. However you treated the other side, treat this side the same. So if you kept your head neutral, just keep your head neutral, please. If you were able to feel the tummy turn, the ribs turn, the torso turn, then maybe look over your left shoulder. Every time you inhale, extend. Every time you exhale, turn. One more breath in. One more breath out. Gently unwind, face forward. And again, just take a breath or two to feel the powerful, beneficial effects of the twisting and the deep breathing.